Time now for another check of weather, and rain and wind is hitting the South Sound too. One of our King 5 photographers caught this video of some really blustery conditions earlier today in University Place. Adam Claibon back today with a look at our weather. It's just been wild.
It really has.
Yeah, it's been a big system for us. Of course, it's the lowest pressure ever recorded in the northeastern Pacific Ocean. So, I mean, that makes it extremely powerful, and of course, the most powerful we've seen in this part of the country. And when the pressure is low, that's when you get the higher winds. And boy, did we get them here this weekend. Thankfully, it was not right overhead. But we did see some pretty high gusts closer, of course, Destruction Island, as you're right off of the coast there. 68 miles per hour. Hoquiam coming in at 56 miles per hour. South Sound, Tacoma coming in at about 52, and then SeaTac coming in at 49 with this storm. And again, we're not completely done with it. Winds will gradually weaken as we go on into the night, but with this next wave of rain that's coming through, you can see there out at Westport, we're seeing the camera still shaking. Still have that high wind warning out until midnight for the coast and for parts of northern interior and across the islands. Winds between 30 to 40 miles per hour, maybe even some gusts closer to 55 at some point. High surf advisory, that's going to be in place until 3 a.m. tonight. Some of those swells and some of those waves could get up to around 20 to maybe 25 to 30 feet. So a lot of wind still around for us. And as we take a look at the winds now, 15, 25 miles per hour for a sustained wind, gust even higher than that. Big spot right now is going to be North Sound and mainly across parts of the islands with those wind gusts closer to 45 to 50 miles per hour. Also around the south coast, we're seeing some wind gusts closer to 30 to 35. Here is what we're expecting into the next few hours. So the winds try to weaken somewhat. We're still talking about future winds expected to be around 15 to 25 miles per hour up until about 6 p.m. But once we get beyond there, 9 p.m., start to expect these to come down very slowly, but we're gradually beginning to weaken as we go deep into the night. Rain will start to head out during that time too, but then we got another wave of rain that's going to be heading on in as we go later into the day tomorrow. That will come along with another surge of wind between about 15 to 25. Some gusts again getting up closer to that 40 mile per hour range in some spots. Now, this is not going to be quite as intense as what we had back on yesterday, but another quick push of wind before that will start to move out of here. We're generally going to be breezy here through a lot of the week, but some of the lighter winds are expected heading into Wednesday before another storm comes in heading into Thursday with more rain on the way with some heavier and more steadier amounts for us during that time. 52 rain coming down for us here in Seattle with a south wind at 18 miles per hour. Here's the radar. You can see activity farther north, not so much of it happening for us across parts of Snohomish County and a little farther north. As you go southward, though, we are seeing some of that heavier rain moving over parts of South Sound and the Kitsap Peninsula and Hood Canal right now. That's heading eastward, and that's going to help to really keep things nice and wet here into the first half of the night. Storm, there it is. That's heading northward now again, away from us, and it is weakening as it does so, but still expect that rain and that wind to still be around as we head on into the day for tomorrow. For this evening, Seahawks and the Saints, that kickoff at 5:15. Temperatures around the mid-50s, dropping into the upper 40s. We'll have a lot of wind still expected during the game time. Of course, kicking is not going to be at a premium for sure. Going to be probably or most likely playing a role when it comes to that. But overall, the rain that comes along with some of the wind is going to be during the earlier half of the night. That starts to weaken as we get closer to about 10 to 11 p.m. Then we go into tomorrow when we have that second surge of wind come through. That's when we're also expecting to see another wave of rain come on by before we could even see a few sunbreaks as we go into the latter part of the day. And amounts of rain here over the next 24 hours, again, between about a half an inch to an inch in some spots. Temperatures tomorrow in the lower 50s. We'll keep some of the wind and the rain around through a lot of the week with heavier amounts on Thursday, and then things starting to dry out a little bit heading into the weekend.